Come on, y'all. We got to get out of this poverty mindset where people's lives is not worth $20,000.
Style. Style is the answer to everything.
What up, what up, what up, what it do, my babies? It's your girl Jan checking in. It's your extremely colorful, slightly thick bestie. Okay. From the D. So, what up, though? Y'all, we just gonna get straight into this. If you've been paying attention to what's going on in the D, then you know it's crazy. It's been, and yeah. So, let's just get into this. This is the full arraignment for the 3 women who were charged in the kidnapping caught on the Ring camera the other day in Detroit. Let's check it out.
You are still supposed to be in here? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna handle all 3 matters together. She just had tickets. I think that's the only one with tickets. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Put this to the side. All right, ladies, I do need you to all state your names. Let me see if I can do this in order. 3, 2, and 6. Oh, defendant number 1 is not going. So I need Miss Watson and then Miss Chandler and then Porterfield. State your names.
Darnisha Watson, Sunil Chandler, Carmen Porterfield.
All right. Okay, the court is calling case number 25059-68303, people of the state of Michigan versus Darnisha Deland Watson. Ticket number, case number 25059-68302. Oh, I did that backwards. People of the state of Michigan versus Tanea Marie Chandler, and case number 25059-68306. The people of the state of Michigan versus Armani Ayana Tajai Porterfield. All right, then, can we have appearances, please?
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Neighborhood Defender Service by Ashley Munger, P87788, on behalf of Tanea Chandler.
If you ain't got money for a lawyer, if you ain't got bail money, don't be out here doing stupid stuff. If you're gonna have neighborhood services defending you, just saying.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Miguel Rico on behalf of Ms. Watson and Ms. Porterfield, respectively. Judge, my clients have both been advised of their constitutional rights. They both waived the formal read complaint stand mute.
Okay, and then how does your client stand, Miss?
Ms. Chandler waives the formal reading of the charges, stands mute as to them, and asks the court to enter a plea of not guilty.
All right, then, thank you. The court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Miss Watson, Porterfield, and Chandler. So, Ms. Coyle, how do you want to handle the bonds on these matters?
I'm gonna do one bond recommendation for all 3 and reasons why. Just as I did with the males. As to, I see Ms. Davis is not here, but Ms. Chandler, I don't see an adult criminal history. All I see is a 2020 refusal to obey a traffic order taken under HIDTA status. As Ms. Watson, a 2023 CCW taken also under HIDTA status. This case began because the allegations are that Ms. Davis is the mother of Ms. Chandler, believed that the complainant, who is a 16-year-old minor, stole money from her. And the allegations are that the minor was coming from McDonald's. She was dragged into a car. The defendant had a rifle in her hand. She was grabbed by the shirt, taken to a location.
Okay, so it sounds like they was going to try to get their mother's money back. It sounds like one of their mamas got them involved in this. That's what it sounds like.
And they were women brought the
allegedly
minor up to the door, to the witness. asking where is Kamaya, and the witness told them she no longer lives here. I put her things out a week ago. So that witness says, they told the witness, we need Kamaya and our $20,000. That witness sees the defendants with she saw Chandler and Watson and Davis assaulting the complainant before putting her back in the car. Then we have the sister of the witness gave video footage to the police. The police then look at them.
Okay, so I think she a little confused too, because I'm confused at this point. If you're confused at 4 minutes and 5 seconds into this thing, leave me a comment below.
The Ms. Chandler appears to have a rifle-style gun in her hand. She appears to take the Ring camera off the mount to conceal her ID. She has a mask on at the time. Officers could see both the Jeep and the Chrysler 300. They do some tracking. They find that tracks back to an address on Woodside. The sister is there of the complainant, and she got a call from one of the defendants in which it says harm GF. The police locate the cars later, and Ms. Watson is the driver of that vehicle. There were 2 male passengers with that Ms. Watson. Ms. Watson was arrested. She had a .45 Glock on her.
I have my CPL, by the way. I've been there, my CPL.
First of all, you ain't got much sense. Wow. They trying to go to jail over $20,000. You riding around with a long gun, a Glock. I was talking about I was a gangster earlier. No, these girls right here. These girls, oh my God. And this, I don't mean to laugh, y'all, because this is not funny, but this needs to be the thumbnail for this whole video, because look at their face. They look like a gangster cartoon characters or something. Oh my goodness. Look at this one. Look at her face. Oh my God.
Please don't speak under arraignment. This is your defense attorney. I just don't want to say something that can be used against you. It's okay. Let us all finish. You may have opportunity to address your bond, court dates, and conditions, but don't speak about your case with anybody, please.
Got you.
Then it's like he must not even had a chance to talk to her before then, because why she didn't already know not to talk or to talk to nobody about her case or to talk right now if you waived your rights to talk already? Like, girl.
Officers could track the cars back to an Apple-line address where all the defendants allegedly assaulted the 16-year-old. She states that she was repeatedly beaten with guns. She was beaten with a pole by Mr. Brown, which caused, to such an intensity, it caused her braces to break in her teeth. She blacked out. Come
on now. This is a 16-year-old girl they beating up like this over $20,000. $20,000 is not a lot of money in 2025. It's really not. Come on, y'all. We got to get out of this poverty mindset where people's lives is not worth $20,000. $20,000? Do you know how fast you're going to spend that? Way faster than you're going to spend in jail. That's for sure.
She woke up, the officers were outside. It was declared a barricaded gunman situation type of thing. The defendants had told her if she would say anything when the police came to the door, they would kill her mom and her sister. They also allegedly made her wipe blood off of herself, and that blood was on a jacket that was later recovered by the police.
And these got to be the dumbest, sloppiest, weakest criminals like trying to act like this Snowfall or something, and y'all is not Franklin and them.
In that basement, which was covered with blood. The complainant was then taken to a hospital. She had injuries to her body. The police executed a search warrant at the location. There were firearms, ammunition recovered along with that jacket, Your Honor. Your Honor, the people believe that this is an aiding and abetting situation in which the complainant, who was a minor, was abducted at gunpoint. The gun was pointed toward her stomach. She was taken to several locations and assaulted. These are all adults. And based on the allegations, Your Honor, people believe that all the defendants working in concert and working alone pose a danger to this complainant as well as to the community. And for those reasons, I am asking for a $750,000 cash surety bond, as well as a tether house arrest if they are able to make bond. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rico. Well,
Your Honor, I'll allow Ms. Munger.
I was gonna say, Ms. Munger, you want to go first as it relates to Ms. Chandler?
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. So as to Ms. Chandler, understanding that these are serious charges, although at this point they are nothing more than allegations, and Ms. Chandler does deny the allegations as laid out by the people. But the defense does understand that the charges themselves are serious charges. We would, however, ask for a more moderate cash bond with a 10% provision for a few reasons. In regards to the bond factors, particularly in regards to danger to the community, Ms. Chandler has no assaultive history or convictions on her record. She is employed. She has her CDL, not to be confused with her CPL, which she also has, but she has her CDL, and she is employed as a truck driver driving local routes. She also has stable housing and an extended network of
Think that telling them she's a truck driver is going to help her case, because that just give her room and reason to run. So that was dumb. This lawyer is very much a novice because that didn't help. If you ask me, if I'm a judge, no, it
family
doesn't help.
support. And as to flight risk, Your Honor, Ms. Chandler doesn't object to a tether at this time, but she has no reason to leave Wayne County. Her entire family, both her mom's side and her dad's side, is in Wayne County. Understanding that her mom's side of the family is involved in the case, Ms. Chandler would go and stay with her dad's side of the family. Again, she also has a job, and she's a young mother of an infant child. So for these
Come on
reasons,
now.
Ms.
You
Chandler
a
has every
young
reason to
mother
stay in
of an
Wayne County
infant child doing this, girl, bye.
and to attend all future court dates. And so for those reasons, Ms. Chandler would
Your
request
mama
a more
should be
moderate
ashamed of herself.
bond with the 10% provision.
All right, then. Thank you. I'll address all of them together. Mr. Rico, you want to go ahead?
Yes, Judge, first on behalf of Ms. Watson, Judge, I'm going to be asking for an amount much less than proposed by the people. I believe that this court can still fulfill their obligations of flight risk and danger to the community while also still doing it through the least restrictive means possible. The amount proposed by the people, Judge, would operate as a remand on this matter. Neither of my clients would be able to afford that. They would operate as pretrial detention indefinitely. Judge, Ms. Watson is a
Well, they should have thought about that before they did what they did. They should have thought about how broke they was before they went and ran to try to take $20,000 from somebody. If you wasn't going to be able to get $200,000 to $700,000 for bail, duh.
Lifelong resident of this state. She's only 26 years old. Other than traffic, she indicates no prior criminal history to my office. She does work DoorDash. She does have certain medical issues, which are relevant under the court rule, and that is being seizures, Judge. I am asking the judge to consider an amount much less than the proposed. On a dangerousness argument, I believe that there are other conditions that this court can fashion rather than an excessive amount of bond of $750,000 cash. Now, Judge, on behalf of Ms. Porterfield, likewise, my client's lived in Michigan her entire life. She has no priors that she indicates to my office. And to be frank with you, Judge, after reading this incident report through and through, I'm not exactly sure why this court feels even involved on this matter. Much like one of the other court defendants on the male side that I suggested, it seems that everybody here was charged with the same thing, to see what sticks at exam. And it's not the right way to do it, Judge. And to ask for the same bond amount to everybody involved in this case when they're not all similarly situated based on the incident report is also not right. Likewise, I'm asking for her to receive an amount much less than what the people have proposed. I have no objection to either my clients being on monitoring or on tether, Judge, in lieu of a high amount of cash bond. Again, I do believe this court has a different avenue, a less restricted means of ensuring safety to the public, which does not involve an amount that high, Judge. Thank you for listening to my argument.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Cole, I do have a question. It's my understanding based on the report that Ms. Chandler is found with a rifle style weapon. Ms. Watson, other than was identified as all defendants, is she listed, identified specifically related to any particular action?
You want me to go back and find where she's related to all these actions? My understanding, she was also in the car with them as they were, let me see. I gotta go find they're asking me to go back in.
This is what I'm saying. And this is the prosecutor. You supposed to already know this. Come on, sis.
Y'all gonna do us down to me, please.
Ladies, everybody at the DDC should not be talking about their case. That's the number one thing we shouldn't do when the prosecutor's on the street.
These girls are idiots.
They're in the car. She's one of the abductors. Okay. Before the complaint was put back in the car, the witness observed the following, who was later identified as Tanyana Chandler. Darnisha Watson, described as wearing a pink hoodie, and Tiara Davis, the mother, described as wearing a red hoodie, physically assault the complainant before putting her back in the red Jeep. The witness also observed another vehicle, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, the reason is when you look at this, it would, to me, it's nonsensical to give a different bond amount for each defendant based on the fact they're equally situated in a joint enterprise. This is, they all go to the McDonald's. They're all together. Well, Ms. Chandler has the gun. They're all assaulting Mr. Clayton. They all then take her to a location. They all then assault her on video. They all then go to the Apple-line address, introduce them to the males, and then the IR talks about them all assaulting. They're charged as aiding and abetting each other. And actually the women here set the plan in motion by picking this minor up from a McDonald's and then putting her in a car and holding her at gunpoint. They point the gun at her stomach. So to say that Ms. Watson does nothing, she's in for a penny, in for a pound. That's ridiculous to say that she's just merely present. So that's not a very good argument to make in that situation. They're all three right there against one. They bring her up to the door and say, basically, if you aren't going to give up the money, we're going to kill her and her sister and her mom. So that's what this is all about. Ms. Davis is the mom who's looking, and these two young women are also involved in it just as hard as the mom. So for me, I believe that all of them are equally culpable because they all together make it happen.
If I
right.
may just briefly.
And we all know that you can't drive nobody somewhere. You can't write a map and send them. Like, you're going to be a conspirator.
Briefly.
Yes, I will be brief. I just, as to Ms. Chandler, and really as to all three of these women, I take issue with the people representing these allegations as facts. We can't say that any of these things, we have not even had a probable cause conference. And I would like to just remind us all that these, at this point, these are allegations. These are not to be taken. And all three of these young ladies are presumed innocent until proven guilty, the facts of the offense or the facts of the alleged offense are only one factor out of many to be considered when we're talking about bond. And at the end of the day, we're most concerned with flight risk and danger to the community. To the extent that allegations go to danger to the community, they are one of many things to be considered, along with what the defense attorneys have placed on the record today.
Well, that's a nice lecture, but we all, I think, understand what these are allegations by all parties and not facts.
She said, well, that's a nice
So-
lecture, but
Okay,
girl, you just wasted all our time because you already know what's up. They don't need to get out right now.
I'm done. It's been a long day, Your Honor. I apologize. We've been here since.
Okay, so
She annoyed.
they all know, they have a right to argue, whether you disagree with it, then that's one thing and stuff, but they have a right to assert defenses on behalf of their clients. And it is difficult sometimes when you have people that are clumped together, and when you say defendants with an S, and if a specific person isn't identified, all defendants, but, again, at the exam, it will be flushed out, I'm assuming, as to what this specific individual is alleged to have done, if anything. But for now, we are setting bonds. The court has had an opportunity to review the report. It is quite troubling. I'm not certain what was going on. This all seems to arise out of money being stolen. But at the end of the day, we have a minor child that was assaulted, and one of the main parties involved, the mom is not present today, so we have these three individuals. As it relates to Ms. Chandler,
That's crazy.
Chandler's being represented
That's crazy. That's what I was saying. Like, how your baby in jail for you and your $20,000? Where you at?
by Ms. Munger. And Ms. Munger, I don't know if you put your P number on the record, but we do need that.
I think I did say it, but it is P87788.
Okay.
And
All
Ms.
right.
Coyle, if
Thank
you don't
for that.
mind, I can put my email in the chat if you don't mind forwarding me discovery, or Mr. Brico. Thank you.
I now work for the city of Detroit. I'm not APA. I can't give you discovery. You have to go through the normal channels. Sorry.
That's understood. I'll reach out to Mr. Brico. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, she's
don't
here
like
for the
that.
arraignment. Okay, so let's move along. As for Ms. Tanea Chandler, the court will set. She has no assaulted history. Court is gonna set $100,000 cash surety bond. And tether, if that bond is posted with a curfew of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Same for Miss Watson and Miss Porterfield, $100,000 cash surety bond. And if the bond is posted, curfew with tether, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And while you ladies, while this matter is pending, not to possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and you're not to have contact with the complaining witness, the minor in this matter, directly or indirectly. Is that understood?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that the bonds are unaffordable, Ms. Munger?
Excuse me,
Yes,
Judge.
Judge, they are.
And as well, Judge there.
Okay, so hold on, I haven't given,
Why do this idiot keep trying to talk?
I haven't given court dates yet. Bonds are unaffordable. Bond redetermination hearing will be on Tuesday, September the 2nd at 9 a.m. before Judge McConicle or Judge Williams. All right,
Understood. Thank you.
and the probable cause conference for all.
This is nuts. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So I guess over $20,000, they kidnapped a minor on Ring camera, allegedly. And it was not even her money, it was her mother's money. Y'all, we gotta do better. I'm gonna be watching this case because I really want to see what happens. I know they're going to jail. They're going to prison. These young girls. That one little girl over there in the red, like she was about 15, 16 herself. Like, come on. We have got to do better. If y'all know something about this case, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you don't, if you're not from the D and you haven't heard about it, what do you think? If you know them, what was they thinking? Okay, like what was they thinking? Because I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they going to jail. Allegedly. So, anyways, y'all, it's been real for this episode of Retro Reactions with your girl Jen. We always checking in with the latest crazy news and crazy crap off of Beyonce's internet. Okay? Love you to life. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Deuces. Okay, y'all, I got off of there too fast because I didn't even look at the one for the two other dudes or the other two dudes, however you should say it. Excuse me. Okay, so, and we got to really get into this because this is a lot. So, that was the three females that we just looked at. Now we're about to look at the guys. Okay, so hold on. Here we go. Here's the guys.
Mr. Mason, can you repeat your name?
William Dale Charles Mason.
Okay. All right, then the court will call case number 250-596-8304, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamar Rashard Brown. Court will also call case number 250-596-8305, people of the state of Michigan versus, is it Jordan Dale Charles Mason? Okay. All right, then appearances, please.
Who's the court appearing on behalf of the people?
Your Honor, the Gulf Rico hearing of both Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason. Both my clients have been advised of their constitutional rights. They both waive the formal reading the complaint. Both stand guilty to charges because he did not plead yes on their behalf.
All right, then the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason.
Okay, so apparently this happened first. This arraignment happened before the females. Let's keep that in mind as we watch this.
Ms. Coyle, you want to do them separately, or how do you want to handle these bonds?
I can make one argument and discuss their criminal history separately. But yes, I'm going to be asking for the same bond as to these defendants. I'm asking for a $750,000 cash surety bond. They're able to make that bond, have their house arrest, no contact with the complainant. The complainant in this matter is a 16-year-old minor, young female. As the court has read through, this is a very in-depth IR in which there are several allegations against individual defendants 1 through 6. Now, they're all charged with the extortion and the unlawful imprisonment. Mr. Mason here, I'll start with Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, first, he's on probation right now for felon in possession. He has also a 2023 felony firearm. I do note 2 separate convictions for 2016 for DCW cases and a delivery case, and a 2023 resisting an obstruction.
Okay, let's go.
2 separate convictions for 2016.
Let's go back.
First, he's on probation right now for felon in possession.
So Mr. Brown is on probation for being a felon in possession. So the one dude committed this alleged crime, allegedly, while on probation for already being a felon in possession. Lawless, allegedly, right? Cares absolutely nothing about the law. Obviously, he already on probation and still commit egregious crimes. Mr. Brown.
He has also a 2023 felony firearm. I do note 2 separate convictions for 2016 for CCW cases and a delivery case, and a 2023 resisting and obstructing. For Mr. Mason, he's also on probation, it appears, for a 2024 felonious assault, and he currently was sentenced in January of this year for domestic violence. So both have guns.
Okay, so the one dude, Mason, he has some type of felony in 2024, which was just last year. And then a couple of months after that, because just in January of 2025, he has a domestic violence. So he is just violent and lawless, allegedly. And so is the other guy. So Mason is 2024 a felony and 2025 a DV, domestic violence. And then Mr. Brown is already on probation for being a felon in possession. From 2016, he had a CCW and delivery. So apparently he was delivering some type of contraband somewhere. And then he has a CCW case that carried over from 2016, which caused him to be a felon who is still in possession of a firearm, even though he got a CCW case back in 2016. So he gives 0 F's about the law, catching cases, none of that.
And assaults in their background. This case began with the allegation of monies being stolen, that the defendant believed that the complainant stole some money. She was, and this is more toward the beginning as to the females. The 16-year-old is abducted at gunpoint at the McDonald's. She is taken to a location, and I don't recall what street offhand, but she's taken, she's dragged from the car to the front door.
Okay.
One of the ladies had a rifle.
Okay. See, and this is what I'm talking about right here, though. We're going to rewind this.
The young girl by her
but
shirt.
This is what I'm talking about right here. And this is the prosecutor. You know what I'm saying? This is the prosecutor. How are you trying this case? Okay, this is a serious accusation of kidnapping. Kidnapping carries a long-term sentence of like 20 plus. This is a little 16-year-old girl's life that you're arguing against these people. And you don't even know what street she was abducted from. I don't know why. You're supposed to study this case. And this is what I'm talking about. These prosecutors and these defense attorneys, they are overworked, overloaded with cases. Not enough people, is taking the time and not enough people even want to get into the type of debt that it takes to be a lawyer nowadays. To the point where nobody wants to work in these settings. If I'm going to spend all this time and money becoming a lawyer, I want to make the big bucks. I'm working somewhere where I'm going to make as much as I can. These people here, God bless them, they're doing the most for the most. They're doing the least for the most. They're doing the bare minimum for like so many clients. So this lady don't even know where her victim was abducted from. A 16-year-old girl. You mean to tell me you didn't think that it was necessary to memorize that to when you were going to present this case to the judge and jury? Come on, sis.
Bring her up to the door. They're looking for a woman's name, Kamaya. The witness there says she's no longer lives there. I put her out. And one of the defendants has stated that we need Kamaya and our $20,000. The witness saw the defendants.
So Kamaya must be the 16-year-old, and this is what I'm saying. This is a child. Y'all, this is a child. My daughter is 15. I can remember me myself being involved in a whole bunch of adult stuff that I really ain't had no business doing. Luckily, I ain't never been a thief. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't never felt the need to steal nothing from nobody. Now, I ain't trying to act like I ain't never boosted nothing from the mall, which that was bad, and that's a whole nother story time. And I have learned my lesson and repent for that. But I ain't never been the type of person that like steal from my friends' people, or just go over people's house and take stuff. No, and the only reason why I took stuff boosting is because I made up in my mind that they was already stealing from us. When I found out that it only took $5 to make something they was charging you 500 for. Like, come on. But that's if they feel like they time and effort was worth $495, that's their prerogative. If everybody else paying it, you supposed to pay it too. It's not yours. So I'm not a thief, but I wouldn't care. A 16-year-old child needs to be taught, needs to be disciplined and reprimanded. $20,000 is not about to change nobody's life. It's not enough money to take a 16-year-old child away from her parents and assault her in the way that they're saying that these people did. I don't care. It's not enough. It's not worth it. And I wouldn't care if it was a grown-up for real. Because $20,000 is not no money.
Assault the complainant before putting her back in the car. There's also video footage of that was given later to the police. The police also, to get to the point where they're at as well, they track the vehicles that are used in this, and they locate the cars, in which has Ms. Watson as the driver and two male passengers. Ms. Watson's arrested with a Glock on her. They go to a location in which on Apple where all the defendants allegedly assault the complainant. She was repeatedly beaten with guns, and she says that Mr. Brown assaulted her with a pole, causing her braces in her mouth to break. She blacked out. Officers are outside. They declared a barricaded gunman situation. At some point, women, they tell the complainant to not say anything or they would kill her mother and her sister. They made her wipe blood off of herself. When the police eventually go in, they find a jacket covered in blood. The complainant was taken to the hospital with injuries. They execute a search warrant at the location. There's firearms and ammunition that's recovered. At this,
Then they wasn't even smart enough to do away with the evidence. Like, you left the guns and stuff, you left the blood soap. Like, come on. These is got to be. We need to bring back that show, The World's Dumbest Criminals. Remember that? Yeah, because they fit the bill allegedly.
point, Your Honor, this is an aiding and abetting all six of them, each other, in the abduction and assault of this young girl, over the allegations that she may have stole some money. Based on this, not only have they shown to be, by the allegations, a danger to the complainant in this matter, and I won't mention her name because she is a minor, but
You
also
already
to the community,
said.
and they do have.
You already said the girl name was Kamaya, and let's point that out. You already said that. You already said that her name is Kamaya. It's not a whole lot of Kamayas that's 16. Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better.
Assaulted backgrounds, and for these reasons, Your Honor, the people are asking for that $750,000 cash surety with a tether house arrest if able to make that, with all the other conditions of no weapons, no contact, and so forth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Cole. Mr. Rico.
Your Honor, on behalf of both Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason, I'm going to make an argument, at least separately, as a visual fact. Judge, I'll begin with Mr. Mason.
Mason, okay.
Judge, Mr. Mason.
That's my cue to pause this and come out of that, because I'm done at this point with that. Because it seems like they're going to do a lot of repeating themselves. And I just wanted to kind of let's see though. Let's go back. Let's go back and see if we can see those guys' face. So we can kind of see what's gonna be on the screen. This lady, so I see they're not showing their face like, and that's crazy to me. That's really crazy. Look, these idiots, man. Okay, Billy.
PM to 6 a.m. curfew.
Okay, so let's see what
50,000.
she. What?
And then
Hold on. I know she didn't get them 100,000 and get him 50,000.
$100,000 cash surety bond. And Mr. Mason, Mr. Rico, is Mr. Mason working?
It's hopefully we can.
Mr. Mason? Sir, the court will assign all these defendants to be on tether. And he'll have a curfew. He posts his bond of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then, as it relates to Mr. Brown, there is a specific mention of the alleged assault, even though you kind of clump. It's hard when you clump together where they say all defendants, but Mr. Brown his name is mentioned specifically by the complaining witness. Mr. Brown's bond will be set at 150,000
Oh,
cash
okay.
surety.
Okay.
If Mr. Brown posts
Okay.
bond, he will be on GPS tether
Okay. Because I was about to say.
with the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew.
Okay.
Around.
Yes, are you asking a question
Oh my God.
about your bond conditions or about your next court date?
Yeah.
Look at these fools. Look at him. Looking down on the ground. Look at, man.
I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case because I'm not trying the case today. The court is only setting the bond.
And that's how you could tell they ain't had no type of time with their lawyers. And I'm just saying, because the most, a lawyer still in law school gonna tell you not to do this. What is they doing? Shut up, dummies. Allegedly. And I don't know if y'all guilty or not. This is not the judge nor the jury sitting here. I'm a reactor, but y'all got to shut up.
Sir, or issues that you need to have raised, they can be raised at a different court date, okay?
And Mr. Brown, Mr. Mason, you should be aware you're going to go to the county. Don't talk on those phones about your case. It's being monitored. Don't talk to anybody about your case.
First of all, why you couldn't talk to them before now?
Right, so let me give the court dates. Hold on. We have no weapons as a condition with both Mr.
All
Brown and
right,
Mr. Mason.
so we already know what they about to say. We already know what she finna say, basically, on that. That's literally crazy that them lawyers didn't prep them people at all, first of all. But that doesn't matter because they just, listen, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. This is a child. I don't care what nobody say. The girl is a child. You already a felon, in possession. These young girls are, I don't know how old that the girls are. They said that they was all adults though, but that one girl looked like she was very much a minor. The girl Watson had a Glock on her. They get charged with extortion, unlawful imprisonment, aiding and abetting. Like, y'all know it's been hard to be a Detroiter lately. Like, it's very much a lot going on in the city. And to see this type of stuff going on, it's just really disheartening. I wish these people all the best. I'm going to deep dive into this a little more. I'm definitely going to keep watching this case. I'm gonna see, you know, what I can see on Facebook, who's sharing what. I'm gonna look for some of the underground videos to see, because some of them my people then already been working already on my YouTubers. Because y'all know I'm a viewer as much as a content creator. So I'm going to go do my research and I'm going to get back and kick it with y'all, my peeps. Those of you who may not know about what's going on. But yeah, this was crazy. And I'm going to do my best to block out the little girl name because, yeah, she's 16. And it's not too many people with her name out here, I'm sure. And then, no, with me having a 15-year-old, these types of stories really is hitting home. All these teenagers getting hurt and involved in mess. Like, ooh, Lord, be with them. And where is the parents? Like, this girl parent got her involved in this. Like, how old are you guys? Like, how old are you? How old is your mom? Like, whew, Lord, thank you for discernment. Thank you for discipline. Thank you for self-control. Thank you for everything that you give me and everything that I ask for. And keep anything that's not like you away from me. Clean me, you know, because I don't want to have nothing like this ever invade my psyche. And I don't want to feel like I have to walk around with a Glock, you know? No, absolutely not. So I don't know. Okay, I think I'm for real. I'm done with this, y'all. I'm done with this for now. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna do my little deep dive on Instagram and Facebook, see what type of underground information I can get, and I'll come back and speak on this during time to talk it out. So if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell lit up for Time to Talk It Out podcast right here on YouTube. I'm going to link it in the description. So glad for all of you guys who have been shooting with us in the gym. Really appreciate you guys. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, subscribe to both channels, share, like, comment, make us look good in their algorithm, okay? And be on the lookout for a whole lot of new, and some new announcements coming up soon. Other than that, okay, I'm gonna get off here for real this time, y'all. For real this time, because this was too much. Too much. Okay.